Hare Krishna, my friends. Welcome to Bhaktiville. Here we are. It's Friday night, and we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Our last reading of Srimad Bhagavatam was pretty amazing. I don't know about you, but these verses are really speaking to me. We read, here's a quote, "Thus the knots of the heart and all misgivings are cut to pieces. This enlightenment perfectly enables the devotee to distinguish spirit from matter, because the knot of spirit and matter is untied by the Lord." End quote. So he's doing the heavy lifting, helping us understand how the world works, our relationship with it, and to himself. So let's keep reading and see what he says next. We're on the first canto, second chapter, text 22, or page 135 of the PDF, or page 114 of the book. So, but before we get started, let me offer my obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, who made this all possible for us to read. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at his lotus feet, and to all the Vaishnavas who have supported us, Vaishnavas listening, Vaishnavas in the universe, Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha, Kripasindubhyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. I also offer my respectful obeisances unto the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desired trees and can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Oh, Haribo Kandita. So joining us tonight are Kandita and Bhaktiville. So let's chant those verses that we do before we start reading. And they're up here on the board. Maybe when we're done, we can go visit Govardhan Hill, because today is Govardhan Puja. Hare Krishna, Haribo. So maybe we can do that. And I turned the storm off because it was pretty loud. Anyway, I could hear it from here. It was pretty loud. I can still hear thunder every once in a while. Can you hear that rumble? All right. So let's sing these verses together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Aditi, your hands are waving. You can hear the thunder? It's pretty cool, huh? All right, the next verse. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim sarasvatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Naranarayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Shrinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyanta Stohya Bhadrani Vidunoti Suhritsatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, Supersoul, in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Nashta prayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. All right, so we are on First Canto, Second Chapter, Text 22, or page 135 of the PDF, or page 114 of the book. Okay, so let me get there. Oops, I'm not there. Oh my gosh. All right, text 22. So we'll do call and response through the words, and then we'll sing it all together. Ato vai kavayo nityam. Ato vai kavayo nityam. Bhaktim paramaya muda. Bhaktim paramaya muda. Vasudeve Bhagavati. Vasudeve Bhagavati. Kurvanti Atma Prasadanim. Kurvanti Atma Prasadanim. All right, this is an easy one, I think. Let's sing it all together. Atto vai karavayo nityam bhaktim paramaya muda vasudeve bhagavati kurvanti atma prasadanim. Word for word. Ataha, therefore, vai, certainly, kavayaha, all transcendentalists, nityam, from time immemorial, bhaktim, service unto the Lord, paramaya, supreme, muda, with great delight, Vasudeve, Sri Krishna, Bhagavati, the personality of Godhead, Kurvanti, do render, Atma, self, Prasadanim, that which enlivens. Translation. Therefore, all the transcendentalists have been rendering loving service with great delight to Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, from time immemorial, because such devotional service is enlivening to the self. Purport. So the first word in the purport is speciality, which is an English word, which I always am delighted to run across. Speciality of devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, is specifically mentioned here. Lord Sri Krishna is the Svayam Rupa, personality of Godhead, and all other forms of Godhead, beginning from Sri Baladev, Sankarshan, Vasudev, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Narayana, Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Leela avatars, Yuga avatars, and many other thousands of manifestations of the personality of Godhead, are Lord Sri Krishna's plenary portions and integrated parts. I just wanted to have a little note here in my book. The note says, Swayamrupa is the form of Krishna himself. The feature of Swayamrupa is the form by which Krishna can be understood by one who may not understand his other features. In other words, the form by which Krishna is directly understood is called Swayamrupa, or his personal form, himself. All right, back to the text. The living entities are separated parts and parcels of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is the original form of Godhead, and he is the last word in the transcendence. Thus, he is more attractive to the higher transcendentalists who participate in the eternal pastimes of the Lord in other forms of the personality of Godhead, except Sri Krishna and Baladev. There is no facility for intimate personal contact, as in the case of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord of Brajapati. The transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna are not newly accepted, as argued by some less intelligent persons, but his pastimes are eternal and are manifested in due course once in a day of Brahmaji. as the sun rises on the eastern horizon at the end of every 24 hours. Dr. Mimulus, you have a question. What's up? If you're speaking, I can't hear you. You have a question? Go ahead, tell me what's your question. The personal form of Krishna? Yes. Does that include Chaitanya? Good question. I always think about all the questions you're going to ask while I'm reading, and that one I didn't. So, Leela avatars, Srila Prabhupada includes Leela avatars in there, and I know that Rama is a Leela avatar. Chaitanya, Kandita, do you know, is Chaitanya a Leela avatar? Well, okay. All right. So does that answer your question? Okay. So he's an exception then.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Does that answer your question, Dr. Mimulus?
Um, he's Lord Chaitanya is more than just a Leela avatar. He is his own special. He's higher than that. He has his own place in the spiritual world. And I forgot what that's called. What he is. Actually, I'd like to look it up. But Leela avatars are like Lord Nrsingadev and Lord Kapiladev and
Rama.
Matsya avatar and like that, but he is separate and higher than that.
Okay. Good. Oh,
No, no.
oh. So welcome. Those are specific to the material world, um, and Prabhupada says here, which I thought was really interesting, that there is no facility for intimate personal contact with these various kinds of avatars. Um, right, right. I thought that was really um, brilliant, a really brilliant thing to say. All right, text 23 does not conform to our regular chanting of verses, so bear with me. So let's do the Sanskrit word for each word, call and response, and then we'll put it all together. Sattvam Rajastama iti prakritir gunas tair. Sattvam Rajastama iti prakritir gunas tair. Yuktaha para purushaika ihasya tate. Yukta para purusha eka ihasya date. Yukta para purusha eka ihasya date. Bhaktiville has a note. All mics are on. You can control your own mics. Okay, cool. Thank you. Third line. Stityadare Hari Varinchi Hare Te Samyaha. Oh, hang on. Sorry, things are happening here in my apartment I have to take care of. Okay. All right, the whole line. Stityadaye Hari Varinchi Hare Te Samyaha. Stityadaye Hari Varinchi Hare Te Samyaha. Shreyamsi Tatra Kalu Sattvatanor Nrinam Syuhu. Let's put it all together. Shreyamsi Tatra Kalu Sattvatanor Nrinam Syuhu. Shreyamsi Tatra Kalu Sattvatanor Nrinam Syuhu. All right, let's do the whole verse together, and we'll sing it all together. Sattvam Rajastama iti prakritir gunastair yukta para purusha eka ihasya tate sityadaye hare varinchi hare te samyaha yamsi tatra kalu sattva tanor nrinam syuhu. Dita has a note, but I'll read it once we get through the word for word in translation. Sattvam, goodness. Rajaha, passion. Tamaha, darkness of ignorance. Iti, thus. Prakrite, of the material nature. Gunaha, qualities. Tai, by them. Yuktaha, associated with. Paraha, transcendental. Purusha, the personality. Ekaha, one. Ihasya, of this material world. Tate, accepts. Stiti adaye, for the matter of creation, maintenance, and destruction, etc. Hari, Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. Varinchi is Brahma. Hara, Lord Shiva. Iti, thus. Samyaha, different features. Shreyamsi, ultimate benefit. Tatra, therein. Kalu, of course. Sattva, goodness. Tanaho, form. Nrinam, of the human being. Syuhu, derived. Translation. The Transcendental Lord is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all living beings can derive ultimate benefits from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. All right, let's look and see what Kandita has written. She says, at the end of the purport, Prabhupada wrote, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not mentioned as a Leela avatar because he is an incarnation in disguise, a Channa avatar. In this age of Kali, there are no Leela avatars, but there is an incarnation of the Lord manifested in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's quoted from Srila Prabhupada. Also, she writes, Lord Chaitanya, also known as Sri Krishna Chaitanya or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Lord Krishna himself in his most merciful form, the form of a devotee. Do you know, that's wonderful, thank you. Do you know what books these are from? I see that you got them from the library online. You can turn your mic on. Okay, she says she's going to look it up again. All right, so let me read the purport while you're doing that then. Purport. That Lord Sri Krishna, by his plenary parts should be rendered devotional service as explained above is confirmed by this statement. Lord Sri Krishna and all his plenary parts are Vishnu Tattva, or the Lordship of Godhead. From Sri Krishna, the next manifestation is Baladev. From Baladev is Sankarsana. From Sankarsana is Narayana. From Narayana there is the second Sankarsana. And from this Sankarsana, the Vishnu Purusha avatars. The Vishnu, or the deity of the quality of goodness in the material world, is the Purusha avatar known as Kshirodakshai Vishnu, or Paramatma. Brahma is the deity of Rajas, or passion, and Shiva of ignorance. They are the three departmental heads of the three qualities of this material world. I hear the rain. I thought I turned, hang on. I turned the rain off, but I hear it. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I will keep reading. There are those three are the departmental heads of the three qualities of this material world. Creation is made possible by the goodness of Vishnu, and when it is required to be destroyed by Lord Shiva, he does it by his Tandava Nritya, his frantic dance. The materialists and the foolish human beings worship Brahma and Shiva respectively, but the pure transcendentalists worship the form of goodness, Vishnu, in his various integrated forms and separated forms. The integrated forms are called Godhead, and the separated forms are called the living entities, or the jivas. Both the jivas and Godhead have their original spiritual forms. Jivas are sometimes that's us, jivas, are sometimes subjected to the control of material energy, but the Vishnu forms are always controllers of energy. When Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, appears in the material world, he comes to deliver the conditioned living beings who are under the material energy. Such living beings appear in the material world with intentions of being lords, and thus they become entrapped by the three modes of material nature. As such, the living entities have to change the material coverings for undergoing different terms of imprisonment. The prison house of the material world is created by Brahma under instruction of the personality of Godhead, and at the conclusion of a kalpa, the whole thing is destroyed by Shiva. But as far as maintenance of the prison house is concerned, it is done by Vishnu, as much as the state prison house is maintained by the state. Anyone, therefore, who wishes to get out of this prison house of material existence, which is full of miseries like repetition of birth, death, disease, and old age, must please Lord Vishnu for such liberation. Lord Vishnu is worshipped by devotional service only, and if anyone has to continue prison life in the material world, he may ask for relative facilities from the different demigods like Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Varuna, etc., for temporary relief. No demigod can, however, release the imprisoned living being from the conditioned life of material existence except Vishnu. Therefore, the ultimate benefit may be derived from Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. I am going to adjust my sounds to get rid of those things out there. Nope, it's not going away. All right, Kandita says she has added more here about this. She says, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never said, I am an avatar, but from his symptoms, from his characteristics later on, great sages, great philosophers decided that he's an avatar. Here, Sanatana Goswami is trying to get Lord Chaitanya to confirm that he's an avatar in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5 in a lecture given in New York City in 1966 by Srila Prabhupada. The above is found here, and maybe you can see this. Can they see chat, Bhaktiville, in the recording? No? Okay. Okay, that would be good, because I think that's this is an important point. Some of the information along with the URL. So, because it's a question, and it was a very good question. Thank you. All right, text 24. Oh, well, I guess we'll just read this one and then we'll end. I thought we'd get a little further, but that's okay. 24. Sanskrit. Partivad daruno dhumas. Partivad daruno dhumas. Tasmad agnis trayimayaha. Tasmad agnis trayimayaha. Tamasas tu rajas tasmat. Tamasas tu rajas tasmat. Sattvam yad brahma darshanam. Sattvam yad brahma darshanam. All right, let's sing it all together. Partivad daruno tumas. Tasmad agnis trayimayaha. Tamasas tu rajas tasmat. Sattvam yad brahma darshanam. Word for word. Partivat, from earth. Darunaha, firewood. Tumaha, smoke. Tasmat, from that. Agnihi, fire. Trayi, Vedic sacrifices. Mayaha, made of. Tamasaha, in the mode of ignorance. Tu, but. Rajaha, the mode of passion. Tasmat, from that. Sattvam, the mode of goodness. Yat, which. Brahma, the absolute truth. Darshanam, realization. Translation. Coal, or firewood, is better than raw wood, and fire is even better, for fire is the soul of Vedic sacrifice. Similarly, passion, rajas, is better than ignorance, tamas, but goodness, sattva, is best, because by goodness one can come to realize the absolute truth of Brahman. Purport. As explained above, one can get release from the conditioned life of material existence by devotional service to the personality of Godhead. It is further comprehended herein that one has to rise up to the platform of the mode of goodness. Excuse me. Rise up to the platform of the mode of goodness, sattva, so that one can be eligible for the devotional service of the Lord. But if there are impediments on the progressive path, anyone, even from the platform of tamas, can gradually rise up to the sattva platform by the expert direction of the spiritual master. Sincere candidates must, therefore, approach an expert spiritual master. For such a progressive march, the bona fide expert spiritual master is competent to direct a disciple from any stage of life, tamas, rajas, or sattva. It is a mistake, therefore, to consider that worship of any quality or any form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is equally beneficial. Except Vishnu, all separated forms are manifested under the conditions of material energy, and therefore the forms of material energy cannot help anyone to rise to the platform of sattva, which alone can liberate a person from material bondage. The uncivilized state of life, or the life of the lower animals, is controlled by the modes of tamas. The civilized life of man, with a passion for various types of material benefits, is the stage of rajas. The rajas stage of life gives a slight clue to the realization of the absolute truth in the forms of fine sentiments in philosophy, art, and culture with moral and ethical principles. But the mode of sattva is still higher, a higher stage of material quality, which actually helps one in realizing the absolute truth. In other words, there is a qualitative difference between the different kinds of worshiping methods as well as the respective results derived from the predominating deities, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Hara. So actually we could keep going. I forgot we go until 6:45. Shall I keep going? Yes, I'm going to keep going. Sorry. I thought we were on the old schedule. All right, text 25. Call and response. Pejare munayo tagre. Bejare munayo tagre. Bhagavantam adokshajam. Bhagavatam adokshajam. Sattvam vishuddham kshemaya. Sattvam vishuddham kshemaya. Kalpante yenu tan iha. Kalpante yenu tan iha. All right, let's do it all together. Bejare munayo tagre bhagavantam adokshajam sattvam vishuddham kshemaya kalpante yenu tan iha. Word for word. Pejare, rendered service unto Munayaha atta agre, thus before all the sages. Bhagavantam, unto the personality of Godhead. Adokshajam, the transcendence. Sattvam, existence. Vishuddham, above the three modes of nature. Kshemaya, to derive the ultimate benefit. Kalpante, deserve. Yea, those. Anu, follow. Tan, those. Iha, in this material world. Translation. Previously, all the great sages rendered service unto the transcendental personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, due to his existence above the three modes of material nature. They worshipped him to become free from material conditions. Whoever follows such sages is also eligible for liberation from the material world. Purport. The purpose of performing religion is neither to profit by material gain, nor to get the simple knowledge of discerning matter from spirit. The ultimate aim of religious performances is to release oneself from material bondage and regain the life of freedom in the transcendental world, where the personality of Godhead is the supreme person. Laws of religion are, therefore, directly enacted by the personality of Godhead, and except the Mahajanas, or the authorized agents of the Lord, no one knows the purpose of religion. There are 12 particular agents of the Lord who know the purpose of religion, and all of them render transcendental service unto him. Persons who desire their own good may follow these Mahajanas and thus attain the supreme benefit. And here's the list of the 12, and it's actually more than 12, but the four Kumaras are in there, and they call that one group. So Brahma, Narada, Shiva, the four Kumaras, Kapila, Swayambhuva Manu, Prahlad, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Shuka, and Yama. So those are the 12 Mahajanas. Text 26. word for word, call and response for the words. Mumukshavo Gora Rupan. Mumukshavo Gora Rupan. Hitva Bhutapatin Ata. Hitva Bhutapatin Ata. Narayana Kalaha Shanta. Narayana Kala Shanta. Vajanti Hyanasuyavaha. Vajanti Hyanasuyavaha. All right, let's sing it together. Mumukshavo Gora Rupan Hitva Bhuta Patina Ata Narayana Kala Shanta Bhajanti Hyanusuyavaha. Word for word. Mumukshavaha. Persons desiring liberation. Gora, horrible, ghastly. Rupan, forms like that. Hitva, rejecting. Bhuta patin, demigods. Ata, for this reason. Narayana, the personality of Godhead. Kalaha, plenary portions. Shantaha, all blissful. Bhajanti, do worship. He, certainly. Anusuyavaha, non-envious. Translation. Those who are serious about liberation are certainly non-envious, and they respect all, yet they reject the horrible and ghastly forms of the demigods and worship only the all-blissful forms and plenary portions of Lord Vishnu. And those plenary portions were listed above. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is the original person of the Vishnu categories, expands himself into two different categories, namely integrated plenary portions and separated parts and parcels. The separated parts and parcels are the servitors, that's us, and the integrated plenary portions of Vishnu Tattvas are the worshipful objects of service. All demigods who are empowered by the Supreme Lord are also separated parts and parcels. They do not belong to the categories of Vishnu Tattva. The Vishnu Tattvas are equally powerful living beings, like the original form of the personality of Godhead, and they display only different categories of power in consideration of different times and circumstances. The separated parts and parcels are powerful by limitation. They do not have unlimited power like the Vishnu Tattvas. Therefore, the Vishnu Tattvas, or the plenary portions of Narayana, the personality of Godhead, are never to be classified in the same categories as the parts and parcels. So he's saying the Vishnu Tattva expansions and us, not the same. If anyone does so, think that they're the same, he becomes at once an offender by the name Pashandi. That means heretic. In the age of Kali, many foolish persons commit such unlawful offenses and equalize the two categories. Oh, Kandita has added the citation for the first quote that she gave. It's Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32, if you would like to look that up. Back to our text. The separated parts and parcels have different positions in the estimation of material powers, and some of them are like Kala Bhairava, Shma Shaha Bhairava, Shani, Mahakali, and Chandika. These demigods are worshipped mostly by those who are in the lowest categories of the mode of darkness or ignorance. And there are others who are in the mode of passion and worship demigods like Brahma, Shiva, Surya, Ganesha, and many similar deities urged by the desire for material enjoyment. But those who are actually situated in the mode of goodness, Sattva Guna, of material nature, worship only Vishnu Tattvas. Vishnu tattvas are represented by various names and forms such as Narayana, Damodar, Vamana, Govinda, Adokshaja, etc. The qualified brahmanas worship the Vishnu tattvas, represented by the Shalagram Shila, and so also some of the higher castes like the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas worship the Vishnu tattvas generally. The highly qualified brahmanas situated in the mode of goodness have no grudges against the mode of worship of others. They have all respect for other demigods, even though they are ghastly looking, like the Kala Bhairava or Mahakali, etc. They know very well that these horrible features of the Supreme Lord are all different servitors of the Lord under different conditions, yet they reject the worship of both horrible and attractive features of the demigods, and they concentrate only on the forms of Vishnu, because they are serious about liberation from the material conditions. The demigods, even to the stage of Brahma, the supreme of all the demigods, cannot offer liberation to anyone. Hiranyakashipu underwent a severe type of penance to become eternal in life, but his worshipful deity Brahma could not satisfy him with such blessings. Therefore, Vishnu is called Muktipada, or the personality of Godhead, who can bestow upon us mukti, liberation, and none else. The demigods, being like other living entities in the material world, are all liquidated at the time of the annihilation of the material structure. They are themselves unable to get liberation, and what to speak of giving liberation to their devotees. The demigods can award the worshippers some temporary benefit only, and not the ultimate one. It is for this reason only that candidates for liberation deliberately reject the worship of the demigods, although they have no disrespect for any one of them. Pandita apologizes that she has to go, but she'll come back later to honor Govardhan. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I didn't see that when she left. But so we'll stop there at 6:45. Let me make a note here in my text. Oops. Yeah, let's go do it right now. I just keep rolling. Yeah, yeah, it is indeed. Are you still taking? I thought I had it turned off, but it kept going on while I was reading. Picture. Yeah, hang on. Okay, here's the lightning and thunder. I've got the tornadoes and the lightning uh, and Lord Indra. Lord Indra is up there in the sky also. He's up there. Yes. Yay, cows. Yeah, there's a something called Anakut where devotees come and bring offerings to Govardhan Hill, and they cover them in different colored cellophane. So that's what this is. These are the Anakut offering. Well, Krishna said that there should be a big festival, right? And they should bring all their food for him. So that's the devotees do that. They bring all this food for Govardhan Hill during this celebration. Yes, yes, Yes. So people bring all these things, and I've been to celebrations like this, and this cellophane. It's like, where did you get the cellophane? But all different colors, crinkly, that crinkly cellophane. They're so pretty. They're so pretty, different colors, and they put them all over. I see that. It's not waterproof. It doesn't stop. The rain comes through everything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, puddles everywhere. Puddles. Yeah. You're welcome. I'm sorry we didn't get as far as I wanted to go because the verse that was there um, at the very end referred to Govardhan Hill. It was really awesome. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Also Diwali today.